Well, let's have a look at this tweet and then talk. Now, if you look hapo chini, you'll see we have a procurement officer earning 40K. I believe your eyes came across the driver. Eh? The driver is earning 50K. 50K. Aren't we a joke? Where are the schemes? Like, where is our framework in which, like, if we are to actually like streamline, like when you look at, if we had this commission, your salary, procurement seems to be one that is below your level, your drivers. If I am to take this literally, we are just saying, ikikuja kwa job groups, procurement officers, procurement practitioners, muko chini ya drivers. Someone should have actually like advised us, let's go look for driving licenses, sawa, and then apply to be drivers. Because I am well aware that drivers go for training. Tungefanya training, tukue drivers. So what is the procurement assistant earning? Because in my opinion, I actually feel like people take us for a joke. So if we are supposed to be a strategic function, ukweli, strategic, yani umekaa hapo unasema, these are the strategies that we are going to implement. We are going to source. This is how we are actually going to deal with our suppliers, etc. You are earning 40K. Ulienda ukafanya certificate, umefanya diploma, degree, umelipa license, do my trainings, and then you earn 40K. Be a driver. That is what I am saying. Second issue. Do you guys remember this story? You know, in Kenya, people assume that we forget these things. No, but what happened we was, watu wa procurement na supply chain waliambiwa waende nyumbani. To a point that Kizim put out a statement. Wakasema, pelekeni ball pole pole. Hapana, let us see what is happening. Kizim went ahead and actually waka propose, let us work together with you guys so that we can actually make things work. But what has happened? Now this is where we laugh, okay? So Kemsa to lose procurement function in planned changes. You know, when it comes to pharmacists, and you know, these drugs are sourced by pharmacists, wanajua hii maneno. Hakuna haja ya kudanganya ati it is the procurement people who get in touch with Kemsa. Most of the people who are aware about the quantities of drugs ni pharmacists. Sawa. So, when it now comes to them knowing like where to source, wanasema it is either Kemsa or meds. Now, why do they prefer meds? Because meds is more efficient. Okay? Price, yeah, drugs, it is also cheaper. Okay, so question is, why are drugs expensive at Kemsa? Why? So, let us look at something else. So, according to the CS, amesema if Kemsa is unable to do procurement, then we will have to delegate. Yani kazi imekuwa mzito. Watu wa procurement ni kama hawaelewi yenye wanafaa kwa wanafanya. Like, are we actually making fun of the professionals there? Are we actually saying that watu wameshindwa na kazi? You know, there's some time back, someone used to say, you deal with the root cause. Root cause, kuko na cause and effect. Unaangalia shida, like, are we treating the symptoms? Yani, instead of dealing with the real problem, we are dealing with the symptoms. Because if we are to delegate the role to experts, who are these experts? And before I now get into the experts, let us look at what a previous procurement manager had to say about the Kemsa scam. Take a screenshot. The procurement manager alisema ni maneno ya deep state. Were those guys arrested, by the way? And you want to actually bring like an end-to-end visibility system, which is going to be run by who exactly? if we are actually to talk about improving supply chain performance, blah blah blah, who is actually going to be looking at those processes? I need to understand, because if we go ahead and actually state before approving an LPO, local purchase order, then hey, what are we saying? Nani atakuwa nangangana na hizi vitu? Like, can we actually get like facts? Because it just feels like we are continuously moving from being a strategic function, not to be operational, but tactical, so that we keep on chasing papers. Like, where kazi yako itakuwa ende leta hii karatasi, peleka kule, etc. That is where we are headed. That is where people, please comment, because I'm going to take another cup of coffee and sleep. Let's consider some things. Number one, when it comes to victimization, think of any like corruption case. Ndio hiyo watu wa kwanza, let's look at procurement, come, go home. Okay. Intimidation. Nani? Wewe, usipofanya ABCD, we are going to deal with you. Us. Low salaries. Us. Yani, mpaka drivers are actually earning more than us. So when it comes to this role being delegated, my bet is actually on Kizim. This is the time I am actually hoping we are going to rise up. We are going to rise up. Why? Number one, Kizim is home to actually the supply chain and procurement practitioners, both working and actually unemployed. And those who are actually unemployed, kuko na mentorship program. Can't we learn from our elders or the experts? Can't we do that? When it comes to research and consultancy, when it comes to supply chain, Kizim has that program, surely. So, hii beti yangu ya one or kuko na watu wengine. Because when you think about like Kemsa, they have strategic partners. We have USAID. Okay. And USAID has been working with Kemsa, and they're actually going to be having the supply chain center. So maybe that too. But then, if you saw this advert last year, let's have a look at it. By PPRA, they were actually looking for procuring agents. You can screenshot. Let's look at what is actually required. Mashida ndo zinatuanzia hapa. Now, in order for you to become an agent, you need to pay 50K. Can be an individual, I am hoping, also firms. Okay, so you need to pay 50K per category. Hakuna shida, let us look at the categories. So here are the categories. And remember, it's 50K per category. Now, let's also remember that you need to be a Kizim member. Also remember that you need to have a license. Also remember, you need to have CPD points. Are you now seeing what is stacking up? So when it comes to dealing with this issue, it's, there are times in which we use like a scalpel and a time to use a hammer. These are one of the moments I believe we need to use a hammer. And if as supply chain practitioners cannot start talking about this, then we're in problems. We're in big problems. But we have Kizim. Let's watch out.